So for like 2 years, I've been seeing this trailer for this Zendaya movie.
Okay, love Zendaya.
And
Super
and
talented.
it looked like it was about a love triangle. I said, "Oh, look at Zendaya doing some adult movies finally. No more kiddie stuff." Right, Zendaya, we're gonna give you a try. We're gonna see if the love triangle tennis movie is any good.
Hasn't she been doing adult movies for a while?
Like what? Name one. Spider-Man?
She was in that Netflix movie with John David Washington. That was what, 2020, 2021?
Oh, is that the lockdown movie everybody was excited about?
Yeah, the one that was in black and white. That was very
See?
adult.
I didn't know that. Didn't watch that.
I feel like there's others that I'm not thinking of. And even though Euphoria is about teenagers,
Teenagers?
the themes are very adult.
Well,
Drugs,
no.
sex, and, you know,
Rock and roll?
addiction
All
is
right. Well,
the main theme of that.
all right, but it's a show. So that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. But this is a movie, and that's a teenager movie. So teenager show. So
Good
I'm
point.
just telling you my thoughts. I thought, oh, Zendaya is finally doing some adult shit.
Mhm.
Let's try to support Zendaya and let's see what she got. But then they kept pushing the movie back. And I said, well, I don't know why, but whenever it comes out, I'll go see it. Looks like in the trailer, this love triangle starts with a threesome, and then it looked like she ends up with the wrong guy. I feel like I should have been with the other guy.
Is that
This
what
is
this
the
movie is?
trailer. That's how the trailer made it look.
This is not about tennis,
And they all tennis players.
but it's not
That's
really about
how
tennis.
I'm telling you the trailer before we get to the movie. I'm telling
Oh,
you what made me feel like, all right, let me give it a chance. I'm interested in watching the Zendaya threesome tennis movie love triangle situation.
okay.
Why not? Let's see what happens. Let's see what Zendaya got. She seems to be the star of this film. So
Hmm.
let's see. Well, the movie finally came out. It's been out almost 2 weeks now. Well, I went and watched it.
Okay.
Let's get
So,
the proper name because I keep calling it the wrong name. The movie is called Challengers,
okay.
and it's a challenge to watch.
I was not expecting that. Okay. Well, let me put my water down before I spit it out.
Let me
So,
tell you something. This movie is 2 hours and 11 minutes, but it feels like you're doing an 8 hour shift.
really? Is that
Yes,
bad?
it takes forever for various reasons, which we're going to break down.
Oh, we're
But
breaking.
this movie felt like 8 hours. I couldn't wait to leave the theater. Not because the movie sucked, because it dragged and dragged and dragged. You be in a seat so long, your ass start bothering you. You be like, man, let me shift a little bit. Maybe if I sit like, no, okay. Maybe like,
Yeah,
nah,
you
that's
start
no good.
adjusting yourself. And yeah, I do that when I go to movies and the movie is too long. I start adjusting myself in my sleep.
That's what was going on.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how I
definitely
knew. That's how I knew even my body felt like the movie was too long.
yeah.
Because
Sometimes your
I go to
body
the
is
movies
like,
all the time
"What are we doing?"
and I don't be feeling like that.
Yeah,
And most movies today are 2 hours and 20 minutes.
that's true. That's why when you
So
said it, I was like, "Oh, well, aren't all movies that length about that?"
yeah, but this one felt like an 8 hour shift.
That's right.
And I was like, man, I was excited about this. Why are they doing
Well,
this?
because
So
the
what
love
are they doing? All
triangle
right,
got.
let's start. I'm sorry, what?
I said because the love triangle got you. Isn't that what you said?
Yes, it is. I'm just saying the trailer looked interesting. It looked like there was a love triangle, a threesome, tennis, and regret. I said that's enough. I'm in. I got AMC A list. This is not an ad, but I don't. I'm not paying for the movie. Just giving my time. And man, I wish I did not give it my time because
Oh,
that's how I felt. Just like that.
sorry.
I'm not. That's how I felt.
It's
I
yawn
was in
time.
there. Right. It was your time in the movie. So let's talk about the movie. First of all, the movie is blue balls. What do I mean by blue balls? It means they keep teasing stuff, but you never get what they
Happen.
tease. Okay? Number one, the trailer looks like a threesome. There's no threesome. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
I'm spoiling everything because y'all don't need to see this film.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. This film is a 6. If you just want a number and you want to skip this part, the movie is a 6. And it's not because of the movie. It's because of the score and the cinematography. Awesome music, and they did a lot of really cool stuff with cameras.
Okay.
Okay, and everybody in the
Camera work.
movie looks great. Okay, everyone is ripped, chiseled, buffed, and cut.
Chiseled white
Everyone
bodies.
looks great. I'm sorry?
Chiseled white bodies.
Chiseled white bodies. And Zendaya's not white. Zendaya looks good. You know, she's doing her thing too. But
Right.
the guys got the 6 packs and the sweaty bodies, and they look muscular. They look like they play tennis. Awesome job. For those reasons, the movie is a 6. And to be clear, Zendaya did a good job acting. I'm not shitting on Zendaya. I'm shitting on whoever put the film together.
Okay.
Just to be clear.
Yep.
So if you just want a number, the number is 6 out of 10. You can skip to the next topic. But if you want the breakdown, allow me to do so for you. The movie continues to tease you throughout the entire film, both with the sexual side and the tennis side. Because the movie, in the beginning 5 minutes, 5, basically tells you there's a big matchup coming. The two guys are going to play each other in a tennis tournament.
Okay.
That's in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
And then it goes back in time.
Way back.
And it keeps
Back
going
time.
back in time.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I usually like when movies jump around the timeline. It keeps it interesting. But they did it too damn much. This movie starts 13 years ago.
Uh-huh.
Then comes to present day. Then goes back 13 years, 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 2 weeks ago. That's not an exaggeration. 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, 2 days ago, midnight the night before. Are you fucking kidding me? Why are we doing this?
Hmm.
Halfway through the movie, you feel like, can we get to the point of this movie?
Real Housewives.
I take your word for it.
They do this. They the very first episode of the season
Mm-hmm.
often if
Mm-hmm.
with social media now, we know when explosive things happen. We don't know exactly what happened or how it happened, but we know something happened. So let's take, for example, I think New York, they went on a vacation and they something happened with the boat they were on, and like people were throwing up and screaming and acting crazy and whatever, right? So what they did was the very first thing you see when the season began, season whatever, episode 1, is this chaotic scene of the day everything goes to shit, right? And then they show you like a good amount, right? Like a trailer's worth amount of stuff. And then across the screen you see 3 months 3 months earlier, and then it's like starting from the beginning of filming all the way, and you've got to wait like 17 episodes before you get to the day where that chaotic thing happened.
I would be okay with that.
Okay.
If I'm gonna say
You can bring
if,
it
and
up.
you're right, that is similar. To be clear, I'm not arguing with you. I'm not disputing. I'm not debating. I would be cool with that if that's all that happened, right? If they said these two guys are about to start a tennis match
Yeah.
for the championship of this tournament, I'd be like, oh, okay. And then they went all the way back to 13 years ago and then kept coming chronologically to the final match. And then we saw the match straight through. I'd be okay with that, but that's not what they did. Here's what they did.
Mm-hmm.
They told you these two guys are going to have a match. And I'm exaggerating because actually, there's a tournament, but you don't know it's these two against each other, not 5 minutes in. So that part I was a little wrong, actually, as I'm saying this, but very early in the film. So these two guys are gonna play each other, right? First of all, you never see the match straight through.
Okay.
They keep teasing as the movie goes. So, for example, it's JD has to have the biggest tennis match of his life. Go back 13 years ago. We see a little bit there. It jumps back. JD is setting up. Here comes Dash walking onto the other side. They say, oh, Dash is going to play longtime rival JD. Then it flashes back to 12 years ago. And it keeps doing that every time something happens. So this tennis match was half of the movie.
I get it. That's annoying.
Even when you feel like, okay, they've teased us enough, we're finally gonna watch the very end of this thing. No. It goes back to 2 days ago, 3 days ago. Like there's flashbacks all throughout this boring ass movie. Here's the quick version of what happens. There's no threesome. Teenage Zendaya. I'm being serious. Well, I gotta recap. There's no threesome. When it looks like a threesome is gonna happen in the movie, Zendaya's character makes out with both boys and then makes the boys kiss each other.
Oh,
The boys have a
that's the big threesome.
This is the big threesome. This is what was teased in the trailer as the threesome. The two boys have a makeout session, and she leaves. She says, "All right, I'll see you tomorrow." And this is how the movie begins to show you Zendaya's manipulative character. Her character plays these two men against each other the entire film.
Okay.
The plot is the two men have been playing for Zendaya their whole lives, basically. They meet her as teenagers, they're best friends. And this love triangle continues for the next 20 years.
Oh, wow. Wow, must be incredible.
Sure. Incredibly manipulative. So, she plays them the entire movie, down to the very, very end of the film.
Okay.
And I'm again, my issue is the pacing. My issue is the teasing that never goes anywhere. There is sex in the movie, you never see it. It's kissing, it's touching, and then it's flash forward to people laying next to each other or, walking away.
So you wanted it to be more graphic, is what you're saying.
Well, it's a rated R movie, and in the trailer, you tease the threesome. So I'm just saying that what the trailer is what gets people to the movie, right?
Of course.
And so if we drop a trailer and say, hey, JD's gonna have a fist fight, or it looks like in the trailer I'm about to have a fist fight with somebody, I'm squaring up with somebody, and I never fight the person, you feel like, oh yeah, I was lied to, I was misled. And that's why I keep referencing it, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, the movie is absolutely about tennis. All three of them are tennis players. That's their mutual interest. When she's with the first of the friends, it's a tennis love. And that is part of the beef, right? It's like one dude really loved tennis and Zendaya. The other dude only loves Zendaya. And so it becomes this weird thing where she loves tennis. And then her character is the premier tennis player in the world. She's the best player in the world, but she isn't going pro. She's going to college. In a game, she completely injures herself. She could never play professional tennis again.
Is this based on a true story?
No.
Okay.
No. And maybe loosely, who knows? But no, it doesn't say anything about a true story. But it is truly foul because she manipulates these men all throughout the movie. It's all about Zendaya, twisting these dudes into doing whatever she wants. It is truly an attack on men.
All right. So
I say that
That's
as a joke.
that's
I say
really
that part as a
interesting.
joke. Oh, and I believe, I'm sorry, before you go, I believe Zendaya has a contract. Excuse me, Zendaya. I believe Zendaya has a clause in her contract where she can't be nude
I
because all of the
assume.
scenes, uh,
No, you go ahead.
all of the scenes where it looked like she's about to be nude, she's never nude. She's like in a tank, a tank, a bralette. She's in panties, but never nude. Even when it looks like someone else might be nude, she's never nude, except one scene where she's laying on a dude's chest. It looks like she's possibly naked too, but you can't tell because it's basically from here up.
Yeah, I would assume when you said that there were no sex scenes, I assume that that was the reason why. That
Yeah,
perhaps she doesn't do nudity. Um,
yeah. I don't think she does, and it's smart. It's very smart for her not to do nudity. It gives her a lot of cachet. It gives her a lot of mystique. And also, when she finally decides she's ready for nudity, it'd be a big deal and a big payday. We've seen this before with actresses. So it's smart. Right. So it's smart. I don't have anything against it, but I realized that at one point in the movie, I said, "Oh, she must have a clause in her contract
why you didn't get
because
them.
what happened?
That's why you didn't get your threesome. That you were
No, we didn't get the
expecting
threesome because
from the.
she played those dudes.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't get the threesome. Listen, to be clear, I wasn't excited to see Zendaya naked. Zendaya is not my type. But I wasn't excited like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm about to see her naked.
I
Oh
mean, you
man,
played
this is
up.
exciting.
You played up this love triangle, this threesome business. You
I
played
wish
that
you
up
could see the
when
trailer. That's how the first. I've only ever seen one trailer. Oh, it's always been the same one trailer. I don't know if there's multiple trailers. A
okay,
lot of times, as a movie gets closer to release date, they release
it
multiple
was
trailers.
different.
I've only ever seen one trailer in the theaters, and that's like the thing in the trailer. It's like these people love tennis and they love each other, and there's like this mysticism and like this weird attraction, and the three of them hook up, and in the trailer it's the three of them on a bed in a hotel room.
Okay. No, I understand.
Yeah, so it's not that I was like gawking over Zendaya. I was
Well, I didn't say
oof.
anything about
But
Zendaya specifically. I was just saying you spoke about you played up the threesome, you played up the fact that
yeah,
there was this love
that's what they trying.
triangle, so that's sounded a little disappointed.
It's all disappointing because they keep giving you blue balls in different ways. It's like
Gotcha.
every time you think a hot sex scene is coming, no sex scene for one reason or another. Every time you think the game is about to get exciting, this huge career
Yeah.
defining tennis game, they
Okay.
leave to some other shit. It's like the ultimate tease. It should have been called teasers because all they do the whole movie is tease you. It's really weird. And there's lots of sex innuendos, sexual innuendos throughout the movie. It's like, oh, put your big dick away, or oh, what do you think? I'm scared of your big dick, or man, the sex with him must be so great because blah blah blah. Or in another scene, it's like, but do you think that he fucks better than I do? There's all this sex talk and
Okay.
all this sex like uh phrasing and misleading, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you
Yeah.
don't ever get any of the things you're looking for from this movie.
Okay. I understand
Yeah.
what you mean.
And so this woman, this which later it starts again, this starts, I can't say it starts, but this movie is a story that takes like 20 years to tell, right? It's just like, well, I guess it's 13 years because the first initial flashback is 13 years ago. So over the course of 13 years, these people who start as teenagers and go into their 30s and 40s or whatever, late 30s, I think it is. Um, you see these two guys who were best friends since 12. Their relationship gets completely ripped apart. Um, and this love triangle continues. There's adultery. There's all type of foul shit going on. Um, it's just like a weird movie. It's really weird. Even the character Zendaya plays, who is masterful and manipulative, even her character is like really weird and troubled. Like these three characters, uh, they each are like lost in different ways
Okay.
and like looking for the other person to fix them. It's really weird. And that I was fine with, but it just like get to the fucking point. Like, why are we still here? But they did really cool stuff with cinematography. Like, I don't like all of it, but I think it's still cool that they did it. Like, in one part, there's a scene where it's like a really intense part of the tennis match. They're showing, at one point, you see it's like you're the ball, the camera's going as they're hitting.
Yeah.
Kind of like, what's these movies? Not Paranormal Activity. Kind of like Blair Witch Project type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Camera is shaking and moving. There's another one where the camera is like just the person running back and forth, trying to hit the ball.
Yeah.
There's another angle where um they go underneath the tennis ring. So it's like we're looking up at the tennis match from the floor.
Oh, that's cool.
And yeah, they did a lot of really cool shit with cameras. Even as far as like um just a lot of different things that they focused on, and the way that the cinematography was great, camera work. The movie score is funny, like the music they use and the moments they use it, but it's awesome the way they did it. To me, those were the best parts of the movie. And everyone played their characters well, like it was believable.
Okay.
The one guy who's supposed to be like a sap, you believe he's a sap. It comes off like, man, what a sap, like what a sucker. This guy, like, even this one scene is like the big game is coming up. It seems like him and Zendaya are about to they're married. It seems like they're about to have sex before the big game. He like starts crying and he's like, "Can you just hold me until I fall asleep?"
Oh.
It's like, oh my god, what a sucker. Like, and then the other guy, he's like an asshole, and all the way you believe he's an asshole. Like the whole time. And so it's great. And those things were great. Even Zendaya, again, her character, she bodied the role.
Okay.
So it's not that they didn't do well. It's just the people who made the movie, the directors, the editors, that's who gets the blame for this movie being a 6. Because if they did this differently and if they chopped out some of the fluff, this movie could have been a way better movie. I don't know if it would have been a great movie because clearly the script is the script, right? So all the stuff that I didn't like would still be there, but maybe there would be less of it. I don't know. But yeah, man, this movie was not worth my time. I don't know why they kept pushing it back, but it didn't help. When I finally saw it, because I'm like, man, this is what I've been waiting 2 years for. I could have just never watched this shit. Like, I don't recommend anyone to watch this.
Oh. Okay.
It's not a good movie. It's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a very strong statement.
Yeah. I don't recommend anyone watch it. It's really bad. If it wasn't such like if you take out the awesome cinematography and music, it probably drops down to like a 4.5.
Mm.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good to know. I
Yeah.
wasn't planning on seeing it, but
You know,
you didn't exactly make a case for it, so I guess
yeah.
no harm
Watch
from that.
watch at your own risk.
Got
If you think what I said was intriguing
it.
and made you go, maybe I'll check it out. Watch at your own risk. But just remember, I told you, Challengers is challenging to watch.
You did say that. Okay. Good to know.
Yes.